Good morning, everybody. My name is Timo Mangelmann, and I'm a solution architect of Tricentis based in Germany. And today I have the pleasure to introduce you to interactive testing. And as you can see from the subtitle, it already says, share manual test cases and collect results with ease. So some of you might be wondering, manual testing, I thought Tricentis is all about high automation rates. And this is, as Sandeep said it, this is the nirvana we want to achieve. So how does this fit into our bigger vision? Pretty simple. If you think about it, many people, when we first start dealing with them, they start around here, right? So going from here to there is nothing that happens overnight. So in the meantime, you need a certain transition, and you might still perform testing manually. This is the reality, I guess. So this transition we want to make as easy as possible, and this is really where the value comes in from interactive testing, and here's some of the reasons why you should care about it. Sorry about the missing screen on the left side, but main benefits are, for example, that interactive testing makes manual testing easy at scale and very efficient. Some of the other things I really like are, for example, no additional license fees. So once you have Tosca, you can invite your manual testers to interactive testing sessions, and you can start leveraging this functionality to start your transition to higher automation rates. So how does this look from a doing perspective in Tosca? Well, short question here. Who of you has been using exploratory testing in the past before? Maybe short hands up. So quite a few people already. Oh, okay. It's better now? Ah, perfect. It's hard from here to tell how loud you are. Okay, so for those of you who know exploratory testing, interactive testing looks pretty similar from a doing perspective. So the first thing you have to do is pretty much planning your sessions, time boxing it, adding test cases, testers to the session. So it's pretty straightforward to get it done. And after that, this is where it really gets cool and interactive. The installation process, when the tester starts it, it's just a click on the link, small plugin in the browser, nothing really to do, and you can start testing and collect your results in Tosca. So let me show you how to do it in a live demonstration in Tosca. All right. Let's see. Okay, duplicate. Okay, one more second. Okay, here we are in my virtual machine now and in Tricentis Tosca. And as I mentioned on the previous slide, the first thing you have to do is create manual test cases. So sorry for the resolution here, but this is a manual test case. And what I did after creating this manual test case, which deals with our famous insurance application, I took this test case, I dragged it into the execution section where I created a time-boxed interactive testing session. So nothing really different from what you guys already know from exploratory testing. And to this session, I assigned a tester, in this case myself, because the other guys, they are doing demos as well. But just to show you how to do it, for example, I might add my colleague Robert. So I can add him to the session, pretty straightforward, and assign test cases via drag and drop, fuzzy search, all the stuff you already know. And right after doing this, I can start inviting my people. And in this case, I will invite myself. Short side note here. For those of you who know exploratory testing, no pop-up anymore. So the Tricentis server sends an email to my Outlook in the background, and you don't have to take care of sending an email. And once we have this, this is now the user perspective that we might be dealing with. Click on the link and start the agent. Nothing else is required, so no Tosca installation on the manual tester side. And what you can see now is a brief description of what the session goal is, and you can see the test cases that you have to deal with. So after that, start testing. I don't want to go into the application now because doing it, putting it manually as of now probably adds no value. But what you can do here is you can track if certain actions were performed successfully, if it all works. In our case, I'm going to say yes, the application works. And here you can see, for example, the different action modes. So on input, you don't really expect errors, but on the verification steps, this is really where you might be paying attention and where you might raise issues or enhancement requests afterwards. So after the manual tester performed his testing activities, simply send back the results to the server. So all it takes is a click up here. I'm done now. And back in Tosca, so I'm the test manager now again. I can import the results of the session. So when I do that, give it a second. Results are flying in. And when I go on to the session log, I can see the very most recent session we did. It's 11:55 a.m. now. So this result comes from 11:54. Very recent. I can see everything worked as expected. But the very cool part now is, and this is where the transition starts, you can link this to the requirement section, for example. So now you finally have a linkage to your overall status of the project so that you can track manual test execution and automated test execution in a central place without having your manual testers to install Tricentis Tosca on the local machine. That's interactive testing as of now. We would be happy to have you at our booth number T3, to get some of your feedback, because that's really what our product managers are looking for to continue improving our platform. Thanks.